Alright, today we're looking at EdPuzzle. EdPuzzle is a really interesting way of setting up videos for your students to be able to interact with those videos. So, as it says here on the screen, the easiest way to engage your students with videos. Pick a video, add your magical touch, and track your students' understanding. So, if you're just starting out with this, you'd hit, I'm a teacher, so start now, and it would take you through a tour, which is really good. And then up at the top here, there's, you'd eventually want to set up a free account on here. And I'm just going to click on login. It asks me if I'm a teacher or student. I see teacher. And so the easiest way is just to log in with your seasidek12.org account, which is what I'm logged into the browser as right now. So I'm going to hit Google. It goes through my list of accounts on this machine. I'm going to choose my seasidek12.org account, and then I'll be in. So it has, on the left side here, it has classes, and what it's doing is it's actually looking at my Google Classroom list, because this is integrated with Google Classroom. And so you can import that list in, which is what I did, or you can add a class and kind of go from there. So I have a class that I'll just pretend that this is part of, and notice right now it says that in this class there is no assignments, nothing due soon, nothing upcoming. If I go to members, and let me say before I go to members, at the top here is search my content, which would be my videos, my classes, who am I sharing this with, and my login, and if I want to log out, and import students. So if I look at members, no members in this class. Let me go to a class that actually has a member. So I'm going to go to this one. I've got a couple of videos in here already because I've been playing around with this. But if I go back to members again, I have a student. I have Joe Student, and Joe Student has a Seaside K-12 account. And from here I can edit name or reset their password or all that kind of stuff, or remove a class. If I look at assignments, I've made 2 assignments so far, and I can post them. I can look at people's individual progress. So if I look at, say, the glacier video and I look at progress, it will show that I have watched the video. I took the quiz, but when I set the quiz up, I didn't really make it multiple choice or something, so I had 2 questions. So I only got 50% there. I'd want to fix that. And that I did that 24 or 21 hours ago, and I could reset that back and export all these scores if I need to, or see what their grade is. I can look at the questions. So that is one, and that is the other question. So I've got 2 questions in there. And I go back to classroom. This is kind of what has happened so far in the classroom with the 2 different videos to watch. So in order to kind of get a new thing going, is to show you how that works, I'm going to go back to my content. And I can go with a whole new video, or upload a video, or look at a student's project or a new folder. So I can set up folders. I can move things to a folder, and I can assign or share them. So let me create. I'm going to click on create, and I'm going to click on, if I go to new video, there are a lot of lesson examples already, and some of them are in EdPuzzle, some of them are YouTube. You can search for videos that you want to have directly in YouTube. You could go to Khan Academy. There's lots of different pieces there. You could go to National Geographic, so tons and tons of resources there. You can go to TED Talks. You can go to Vertasium, which I have never heard of before, but it looks like there's some interesting things there. And if you wanted to go to a number file, looks like there's some math pieces there. Crash course. A lot of interesting things there. And also on Vimeo. So let's see what's in there. So lots of interesting things. And what I'm going to do is I could just choose something. You know, I could go and if you had stuff from your school, math, computer, STEM, I'm going to go back to EdPuzzle. And you can see here's where I got that grade 3 module. The thing about this one is that it already had questions in it, and so I could edit it and make it better and make it more useful for my classroom if I wanted to. So I'm going to click on the upload button right here because I actually downloaded a video from YouTube that I wanted to put on here, which I could have got from here directly, but I could drag the file on here, or I could choose, and it has a 1 GB maximum, so we'll see if what I did with that. And let me see here. Okay, I found the video that I'm looking for. It's the top 5 5th grade or top 5th grade reading list. It's really got just the top couple of choices, but then there's also a link to the actual list. So I'm going to choose that video, and it's 4 meg, so it fits into the 1 gig maximum, and it's going to be up in just a second. Uploaded, done. Now it's part of my content. There it is. And so these have check boxes here, which means that as soon as this thing is finished, because it says their leprechauns are preparing your video, and they'll email you when it's ready. Hopefully it won't take long. I'll put you on pause until it's back. Okay, so my top 5th grade reading list video is now available, and you can see that I can put a check mark in it to use it. I'm also going to go up above this, which you wouldn't necessarily know to do, but I'm going to click on the video itself, and it's going to say assign, share, edit, duplicate, removal. And so what I can do is I'm going to click on edit, and notice that there are some things here that say crop, audio track, so I can talk over this video a little bit. I can put in some audio notes, and I can put in like a quiz piece. So let's say that I really wanted to just trim this up a little bit and just use this last part here. And then I could see kind of, you know, what is that? Let's move to book 3, so maybe I'll go back just a little bit and move that back. Book number 1, just Jake. So let's say that I really wanted just that part. And if I click on audio track, I can record over this, audio notes, but I'm going to, and there's some things on here. Why record an audio track? Explain the video with your own teaching approach in your own language. Or if I click on audio notes, why record audio notes? Hey, you can have an introductory commentary, a conclusion, remark, or down here I'm going to have a quiz. And notice that this question mark turns green and question marks turn green under here. And so I'm just going to put, I clicked on the question mark. I've got a question that opened up here, and it can be an open-ended question. It could be a multiple choice question. It could just be type a comment here. So my open-ended question is, what do you think this book is about? Open-ended question. 1 of 1. And if I clicked on this, I'd probably get another question. Let's see if I do. And I'll say, who do you think the main character is? And I know these are cheesy questions, but hopefully if you are familiar with the book, you'll be able to write better questions. So I'll say save. And there are my 2 questions. And it says you cannot answer while creating a lesson. Okay. So now I can move this over to another spot in the video. And I can click back on question again. And what character do you think Percy Jackson will be interacting with? I don't know if that's right or wrong, but we'll just say save. Now, every time we look at these question marks, those are where the questions are. I'll go way out here to the end. Almost to the end. Maybe farther back than the end. And so I'll just go with those 2 questions. And I will say save. And I will also say finish. That way it's saved, it's finished. What class do I want to put this into? I want to put this into my, I'm going to put it into this Google class because that's the class I have 1 student in. I'm also going to say prevent skipping so that they can't just skip through the video, answer the question, and then be done with it. And I could put a due date on it if I want. I could assign it to a class, I could share it with anybody. Maybe I want to set up some particular videos for certain students, and I could share it to them with their seasidek12.org address. So here we go. So I'm going to put that in there. There it is. It's my new one right there. And so I'm just going to click on Gradebook just for fun. And this may not really be that useful to you. You know, get the gradebook. Well, we probably have enough gradebooks, so I'm just going to leave it there. And again, back to members, because I have Joe Student in here. And so under assignments, I could add a due date. It shows how much is completed here. If I was able to log, so I watch it as a student, just so you can see what that's like. And here are where the questions are at. And you could put in some answers. What do you think the student is about? A kid named Jake. And who do you think the main character is? Jake. I don't know. We'll see. And you can rewatch it. And you can make it full screen and mess around with the volume. So that might kind of get us to where we need to go. And so if I click on the back button just to see kind of what that was like, that I acted as a student in that one. Here's where you allow skipping through or not, and here's where you just delete the whole assignment and kind of start over again. So if I look at progress, no progress with that yet. If I went back and watched it, then this would turn, and that would help me out, because it would say, hey, I've seen it. But the big part is whether Joe has seen it or not. And then I can export. This whole thing comes out, looks like it comes out as a CSV file probably. And then we'll be, you can look at it and have a record of it printed out if you need to. Share it. So I can share it with another person or another email. And there's Classroom. There's homework.